The USO has been around since 1941. People who are older have this vivid memory of the USO as Bob Hope entertaining the troops.
We present the Bob Hope Show.
We were in the middle of World War II, and we wanted to connect our troops to home. The best way to do that was to take the team over there, entertain those troops, give them a break, give them some respite, make them laugh.
Thanking you boys from Guam City and fans.
It just kept going and going and going. And we have now developed and expanded. I mean, we are the whole military family now.
I've deployed about 8 different times, and I would say on at least half of those, the USO came out and did some sort of event for us.
Everyone needs to have a little bit of fun right now. A lot of people are at home, they don't have plans to go out. It's so important just to have that break, to come together in a socially distant way, just to have some plans, to have something to look forward to.
Everybody's been psychologically locked down, physically locked down, but Quantico, the Marines, they don't like to be locked down. So we are here today to be one of the first events to bring Quantico families out.
We are doing the drive-in movie. We have a giant 20-foot screen that we blow up, and it's going to be done through their cars, which is so cool because not everybody has ever been to a drive-in movie.
If consumers are going to be safe and they're going to have a good time, we're absolutely in support of that. And of course, it also allowed us to do our event with the USO, which is an organization that we're so proud to work with.
It's really a flash of the past in terms of drive-in theater.
I think it's so important for the families to, what I like to say, go back to old school. Because when we were kids, we loved going to the drive-in. That was kind of like, we were good for the week. Our parents would take us to the drive-in.
Yes, this is the best. Since quarantine?
Yeah! It's like a drive-in theater.
Have you been to a drive-in before?
No!
No?
Not before.
I've never been to a drive-in ever in my life, so this is super cool for me. This is the first time for me, this is the first time for my kids.
We have a lot of things going on in this country right now, and we are having to examine ourselves.
Alone at the house, alone at the house, alone at the house, and then you don't even realize what you're missing until like, oh, there's an opportunity. We can do this safely. We can get out of these 4 walls, and then you leave it being like, whew, we're human. You know, it's back to humanity, back to just a tiny bit of togetherness.
Connections are huge, and connecting over food is something that's been done since the beginning of time. As lives get to be more hectic and there isn't always that time to connect with others over a meal, Natural Choice really wants to be the natural solution to those connections and then also to community.
Food is what brings families together. You know, whether it be popcorn, whether it be a sandwich or a pizza.
It really just creates that community-type feeling where you're breaking bread and you're sharing with other people.
Hormel with Natural Choice is providing the snacks for us, so that is going to be a huge surprise.
When we say good feeds us all, it not only feeds us functionally, but it also feeds our spirit, feeds our desire to help those around us. Being a brand that does good in the community around us, we understand that our consumers want to do good as well.
It just puts a smile on my face. It makes my heart happy to be able to give back and to especially serve our military families.
If we could focus on the good, and if we could focus on the good in the moments that we have with each other and the food that we're sharing, I think that's going to feed our spirit and feed our soul.
You really cannot do enough for the families because inevitably the service member is going to be gone at some point. So when you take the USO and all the great things the USO has done over the years, really gives them a comfort level to know that people are there for them.
It's a transient population, you know, and we're kind of like an unknown minority.
But we're not celebrities, we're not used to being in the spotlight, but you make those families feel special and you give them that food and something to gather around. It really does create that special moment for that family to remember.